Hi there, my name is Nethiam, and today we're playing Pentiment. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you were having a great day. When we last left off, we talked to Blacktill here, who gave us some history of Tassing in the form of, well, some information about artifacts that he and some of the other farmers found. I don't know if we're ever going to get to see any of those, since apparently they threw them on a big pile. But we definitely have a couple other things I want to do. We can go see Smokey, who apparently has some information, possibly, about the town. And we can write a letter to Matthew, Brother Matthew. So I'm going to do both of those things at least. And see where that gets us. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not entirely sure what the end point of this particular research here is. Like, because it seems like it's going to be several paintings, several sort of little panels or windows of painting, each telling sort of a different, distant past, and maybe more recent past, and then maybe now, or I don't know where we're going. And it seems like maybe she's focusing on the sort of first panel. So I don't know if there's going to be several of these kinds of days where we go around and asking people about the history of town. I don't know. Let's find out. What do you got, Smokey? Good day, Mistress Druckerin. I've told you, Smokey. Call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Sort of. Only ancient gossip. As much as I'm curious, no. Oh, yes. Also, a way into the salt mines. I forgot about that. We should do that. I feel like the twins, Apollo and Artemis, are going to be helping me with that. But maybe we'll ask Smokey about that if I get the opportunity. Only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you knew anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. The mines? Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the rat house needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a few stories about them and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. Okay. The one about Mars and Tassia, the nymph. Tassia the nymph was always my favorite, though I blame that on my youth. Tassia, like Tassing? Folk named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene, but I warn you, it's a bit bawdy. Cool. Count me curious. Ha! I won't be scandalizing you. Can't have your father hounding me for any coarseness. But I'll tell the decent bits of what I remember. Alright, what's the story? Everyone excludes me from the fun. Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he tramped through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. Why would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? I go in the forest all the time. How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days, when spirits and ghosts prowled. Wow, okay. What do you mean prowled? Prowled, like spirits and other evil things do. I can't just say they walked through the woods like you or me. They prowled. All right. Keep going. So, Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. And in return, well, Tassia bathed the god. They, I get it. They bathed. I see. I did warn you, Magdalene. When Mars left the pool, he dripped into the ground and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. And that might be tricky to paint on the mural. I'm not sure if the council would approve. Did you make that up? Yeah, that might be tricky to paint on the mural. I'm not sure if the council would approve. I doubt they would, but you're the artist, aren't you? You get to choose what the mural shows. I wouldn't let those old bastards keep you from painting what you want. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. We are part of the Holy Roman Empire. So called because it was neither holy nor Roman nor an empire. Because of how long it was a Roman colony. Yeah, because of how long it was a Roman colony. That, and how much of the town is built upon the Roman foundations. Tassine is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' days. At least, that's what I make of it. They have their whole, aqueduct and everything. The ruins go deep into the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassine is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start noticing things. We use their stone to build. The old temple by Satia's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman paved stones under the road if you look hard. Cool. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Tassine has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. I didn't realize how much we rely on Romans. Old stones aren't much of a legacy. It's all rubble now. Okay, relax. Yeah, Tassine has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones. Too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go take a look at the mine. I'd get a better sense of what things were actually like. Nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for your help. Good luck, Magdalene. Be safe. Cool. Okay. Pretty neat. What's your name? Václav? Václav? Hello. Is there something I can do for you? Knives need sharpening? I'm Magdalene Druckrin. Are you a friend of Smokey's? I'd like to think so. I'm Václav. I'm a tinker. Travel around and help people out with sharpening knives, little things like that. Druckrin, are you a printer's daughter? Does that name, Drucker, mean printer? I never even thought about that. Yeah, my father and I are both printers. Do you sample the wares much? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, I read books, I guess, yeah. Yes, I read books. Václav, don't. You're going to get in trouble again. Trouble? From me? No, not you, Mistress Druckrin. This one can't help but talk to people about all the strange things he believes. He reads all sorts of books, talks to odd folks, gets ideas brewing in his head. Now that doesn't bother old Smokey none. Bothers some other people a whole lot. Doesn't bother me any. Well, if it doesn't bother you and it doesn't bother old Smokey, sounds like there's nothing to worry about. Fine, you get run out of here again. Don't blame me. Again? Do I want to know what happened? A long time ago, I got into an argument with some people in town. They told Father Thomas. To his credit, he told them to let it go, but somehow an inquisitor found out. Anyway, I had to leave for a while. Is this the real Baron Rothvogel? Can you imagine? So, books? Strange ideas? Yes, the host, the Eucharist, the bread and wine, body and blood of Christ. Holy Communion? What about it? More and more people are writing about rejecting transubstantiation. The idea that the bread and wine of the Eucharist literally becomes the body and blood of Christ. Here we go. Yes? Well, there are two ways to look at it. The first is on the grounds that Wycliffe and his Huss rejected it. Using our eyes, our senses, there is nothing perceptible that changes in the character of the bread and the wine. Must our senses necessarily encompass? Yeah, I suppose. This is probably what she would believe to a certain extent, right? Growing up in this town. Must our senses necessarily encompass all of God's miracles for them to be real? No, not at all. But for what reason would God place them outside of the compass of our understanding? He, I guess. Same thing. Yeah. I mean, you know, 21st century ideals and all. But again, I think Magdalene would come from this perspective, right? As an act of faith, blessed are those who believe but have not seen. But if that is the case, of what importance is the material composition of the host? Even if the bread and wine turned to Christ's body and blood, why is that necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh, attempting to reunite with the light of God through the Eucharist. The act, the observance, unites our will with that of Christ. God is present in us through the He is present through us. I gotta guess. In us through the remembrance, not the physical act. You following this? Isn't that heresy? Yeah, so what does that matter? Are you saying we shouldn't take communion? No, there's nothing wrong with taking communion as a rite or act. But if you accept what I'm saying, there are other things I'd like to discuss. Oh boy, I'm not listening to any of this. Are you ready to hear why it's important to disbelieve in transubstantiation? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll admit I hoped for more enthusiasm regarding the fate of our souls, but all right. This all starts with Lucifer creating the world. Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. Excuse me? Whoa, blank was blank, but blank, but blank. God was the Word, and the Word was truth, and truth is light. The light is God's will. God's light contained aspects, what we consider angels, facets of his infinite intellect. One of these aspects separated itself from his intellect and manifested in the darkness as the corrupt will, Lucifer. Do I want to just say nothing? Let him roll? Yeah, let's just let him roll. Within that darkness, Lucifer cast his false light, a corrupted imitation of the divine intellect, to create the world. All material in our world is inherently a corrupted manifestation of that false light. We still have a connection to God through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing in our physical bodies. Genesis is wrong. Is Jesus flawed by being a man even though he's born of a virgin? Would you still believe he can be redeemed through Christ? Yeah, sure. So Genesis was wrong? There are many stories of creation, many versions even of Genesis. Why is it you believe yours is the correct one? You believe the one your church has given you. Maybe if you were given another, you would have believed that instead. All right, buddy. This is taking a wild turn. But you still believe you can be redeemed through Christ, right? Well, of course. Finally, some sense. But not in the way that you think. Of course not. The way to be redeemed is to reunite our will with God's. How do we do that? Just let him go. Let him roll. Regular prayer, abstention from material desires, sublimation and elimination of want. That just sounds like being a monk. No, priests and monks both are corrupt agents of the business of the church. Wow, this is cool. I like this guy. They have taken the simplicity of holy devotion and profaned it with pageantry. Dang. The saints, too. All this talk of Marites and Satya and miracles, they're just stories. The church has led people astray, put the hope of people in meaningless rituals, faith in relics. I can see why you don't go into town very much. Yeah, sure, why not? You have some interesting ideas, Václav. I'm glad you think so. I've spent a lifetime thinking about them. Anyway, thank you for indulging me, Magdalene. It was illuminating. Until later. Until then. Oh boy, that's like he would have been like the 16th century equivalent of a flat earther. Do you just believe what they've told you? Do you not think for yourself? Do your own research, Magdalene. Let's see. The mines. I do want to write a letter to Matthew. I'm a little concerned doing so will push time, but usually it's clear that it's going to. I don't even have the option, so never mind. Nothing for you today, Matthew. All right, let's see if we can find a way into the mines. Let's see if we can find Apollo/Artemis. I think I saw Artemis around here somewhere. Oh no, it was down in the Commons that I saw them at some point. Artemis was hanging around here somewhere. Oh, she's not there anymore. I think she was right here. Am I wrong? Ursula, Fabian. Whose children are they? I don't even know. Let's talk to some other people. Ursula. Hello, Magdalene. Hi, Ursula. Fabian. Good morning, Magdalene. Okay. This has been a great talk. Matilda? Oh. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Matilda. Hello, Václav. How are you two? Very well. The Lord has blessed us more than we deserve. And how are you, Magdalene? I was worried with you keeping the house and the workshop all on your own. Let me bring by some soup for you and your father. Yeah. You're very kind, Matilda. Thank you. Not at all, Magdalene. This is how Václav and I serve Tassin. Now that our church burned to the ground. Our vocation may have changed, but our gratitude to God and the town has not. You've always been so dedicated to the town. Your neighbors took care of us in difficult times. Ha! Sometimes those days feel like another lifetime. They were. I was a different person back then. A harder time, to be sure. I'm sure I know the answer to this question, but let's ask. Were the Benedictines anything like the Poor Clares? We lived simple lives of devotion, but not that simple. I'm given to understand they don't make art in the convent now. Such a shame, in that beautiful workshop. In any case, a nun's vows include dedication to a simple life, with all the challenges that entails. But I struggled with my vows, my discipline. I couldn't live as my sisters did. Oh? I don't remember Matilda being particularly troublesome. Oh, really? I broke my vows, as did Václav. My God, Matilda! Was there no one else? Sure, you fell in love. We did. Well, I seduced her. Okay, Václav. Calm down. Cool off. You certainly did not. Are you telling young Magda here that you seduced me, then? Václav, please. So you left the abbey. Though no one learned of what we did, the matter ate at my heart. That and being falsely accused of murdering the old baron terrified you, and rightly so. I think she was on my suspicion list, but I don't think I ever thought she was really a candidate. We all must account for our sins, Magdalene. I was afraid I would account for mine sooner than I thought. Those were the hardest years of my life. I repented and prayed to God to absolve me. But the Lord always provides, even in the darkest days. The Abbey's destruction gave us a second chance. The God provides. He burns a church down for you. We're too happy to let you stay? What? Yeah, it must be strange to leave that life after so long. Well, I will admit it's been strange not being able to enter the convent. I miss the sisters terribly some days, but truthfully, it's been a relief not to be constrained by my vows. If you catch my drift. The Lord forgives more readily than man, Magdalene. I never, okay, never think that you must remain in a place that causes you to sin, even if others think it godly. Yeah, interesting perspective there. Yeah, I'm glad you two are finally able to live life together. You both deserve it. Only by the grace of God are we in this life together. May it be many more years before we part. Oh boy. God willing. We are gonna skip time at some point in this game, and one or both of them are gonna be dead, I know it. Anyway, Magdalene, I'll send that soup over to you shortly. Thank you, Matilda. God bless you, Magda. God bless. Okay, cool. Thanks, Endress. Alright, where might I find Apollo and or Artemis? I'm guessing not here, since neither of them are. I don't even know whose family they are part of. They are part of the Teal family, I'm pretty sure. But I don't remember who that is. Ursula is also kind of part of the... No, Ursula's red. Fabian is green. Andreas is gray. So is Anna. Oh, Elsie has more to say? Oh, right. I forgot I had done this. Ah, there you are. Had enough of hiding, Ulrika? Yes. Magda found me so quick. She's a good finder. No one can escape me, little one. Huh, I'll hide better next time. I'm hungry now. We'll have to get you something to eat then, little dove. Pretzel? Oh, is that what a proper child eats? Thank you for your time, Magdalene. Always glad to play with children, but I really have to go now. I can't wait to see what you'll end up painting. Pretzels, probably. You will do us proud, I'm sure of that. I hope to. Until later. All right. Okay, so Elsie's red. Anna is gray, which probably means the Albans are gray. Gret, are you gray? Oh, you have something to say? Oh no, Gret's orange or yellowy. Is Anna not her daughter? I honestly can't remember. Magdalene, darling. Good morning, Gret. It smells heavenly in here. Oh, I've just finished rolling out some raisin bread. I thought that Andreas and Ulrika could use a treat today. You're gonna give me some Ulrika? Sure, why not? There she is. Oh, what a sweet idea. I had some spare time today, and I like to stay busy. The soul of the diligent shall be made rich, after all. Besides, I like to drop in on Anna and see my grandchildren. Okay, so she is... I thought the whole family was colored the same way, but maybe it changes depending on, you know, kids, you know, some of the people get married or something like that. I don't remember. I'm more blessed than I ever imagined I would be. Paul and Anna make such a lovely pair. Let me see what you got for me. Pictures of them, I assume. Boy, Paul looks thrilled. Thrilled to be here. Good choice, Anna. Was Casper unavailable? Ulrich wouldn't believe his eyes if he saw us now. I wish he could see his grandchildren. Yep. Whoa. Sure he's rejoicing with all the saints in heaven. Did always think it was strange that your daughter married the son of the man who killed your husband. That's true. I don't think it's strange, though. I knew Paul. Paul was not like his dad. Not to pray to Saint Joseph on his behalf. No. Yeah, this seems the most sort of just generically friendly. I'm sorry that his sacrifice was what was needed to bring your families together. As am I, Magda. You know, I was angry when Anna first took a liking to young Paul. He was always a quiet boy, but I was afraid he'd turn out like his father. Well, I needn't have worried. Paul is a good man and a good father. He's built this town back up from what it was. And Elsie dotes on those children more than I do. She's certainly come a long way from the meek woman I met. Really? She never seemed particularly meek, but I guess maybe not with Andreas. I can't imagine there's anything else. That's kind of what I was saying. Yeah, not having to live with Leonard helps. We were up all playing hide and seek earlier. I'm surprised you didn't see us. Oh, was that what you were up to? You're always running around these days. I wasn't sure. Thanks, Grit. I've been chatting too long. My does need tending. Okay. A little early in the morning about tending does. Please excuse me, Magdalene. Of course, Grit. Until later. Cool. All right. I was kind of just curious what color your icon was, but... All right, what do we got here? Steinauer? Are the twins the Steinauers? Oh, my goodness gracious. Agnes is still kicking. Kind of like ill Peter. Agnes was 1 billion years old when Andreas first got here. Good morning, Magdalene. Brisk weather today, isn't it? And still Kraft is out there helping Simon on the farm. Who's Simon? Oh, that guy. Okay. I think we've seen Simon working down on the Bowers farm. I worry about that boy sometimes. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Better than his father, anyhow. Who? Oh. Are we talking about Kraft or who? I don't know who his father is. But let's just say that. Maybe we'll get more information. He's working hard to mend the holes his father made in tassing. That he is. I'm proud of him. He saved 3 calves last spring with the poultice I taught him. He's done a lot of good for the town. Not easy to lose a parent. You know that too well, Magdalene. Really? It's been a long time. And Klaus isn't dead yet. So I do what I can to help him along in life. I don't know if... I doubt Magdalene would remember her mother. I don't really know who we're talking about. Because we were talking about Kraft and Simon. I assume she's talking about Kraft. But I don't know who Kraft's father is. So I'm not really entirely sure. But maybe she's talking about Simon? Was Simon's father not Martin? The Jobst guy? I don't know. Oh! Okay, yes, Kraft. Yes, Kraft was the one thinking about going to university. That's right. Yeah, let's. Oh, and that's right. He talked about his grandmother teaching him some medicines and stuff like that. It's just some sort of, home recipes and stuff, home remedies and things like that. You've made a bigger impact than you know. He's thinking of going to university. University? Well, wouldn't that be something? My grandson, university educated. Well, you didn't come here to hear me ramble on about my family. What can I do for you? I thought you might have some additional remedies for my father. Oh, yeah. Please, that's not why I came here. Our Werner's not enough. I understand Klaus's condition is dire, but I thought Werner would be able to provide something. Apparently, he's not very good at his job, if the townsfolk are being believed. Less than reliable. Sure. Sure. Magdalene is prickly. Dr. Stoltz has been less than reliable. I can't imagine he'd provide any help whatsoever at the moment. The bastard's made a mess of himself these past few years. I don't pity the man, though. He's done this to himself. Let me see what I can whip up. I can't promise anything, but God willing, I pray it provides some small help. Thank you, Agnes. Of course, Magdalene. Take care. Man, it is a stark departure from the way that Andreas and Agnes got along. All right. Well, anyway, we made a little bit of progress, I guess, but I think that's going to have to do it for this episode. When I come back with more Pentiment, we will continue to ask around town, maybe. We still got to go to the mines. I'm trying to find Apollo and or Artemis to see if they can maybe help me get there. I'm trying to do as much as I can before time moves forward to the next day, or, God, the way this section of the game is going, it could be months from now that we skip forward to. I don't know. Magdalene's life is moving past us a little faster than Andreas's did. But anyway, we'll have to do that next time. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see you again. I hope you have an incredible day. All right, bye!
Thank you again for watching the video. If you'd like to see more from me, feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when my videos go live. I'd also very much love to hear from you down in the comments below.